Well, thought I was going to be able to keep my mouth shut for, I think I've made it almost 2 weeks. But, yeah, my God, the crap, the sewage that spews forth from the mouths of the right wing. I certainly don't condone a whole lot of, especially the corporate um, left wing, Cinema and Manchin and people like that. I think that their greed just got the better of them. Money talks and bullshit walks. That's however that expression goes. I think it's something like that. But one little parallel I'd like to make is this: everybody's all up in arms doing all this. Biden went to the Ukraine and he's not here at home holding our hands. What? Really? Because that's what Trump did? No, he didn't. Trump didn't do shit. All Trump did was try to figure out angles in order to make money. That's what he's still doing. You know, he wants to get back in that presidency so bad because he made millions and millions of dollars off of it. But for people to go off on Biden for going to the Ukraine, or going to Ukraine, not the Ukraine, is just mind boggling to me. In the same day I watch these Republicans losing their minds, I see Ron DeSantis in New Jersey, the most redneck place in New England, Staten Island. All there is a bunch of balding old, right wing schmucks. I only use the word schmuck because they're in New York. They're a borough of New York, I believe. And I've actually been to Staten Island. I took the ferry. It was so long ago. The Staten Island ferry was a nickel. And my grandfather and I went many, many years ago. I was just very young, probably 14, 15 years old. Spent the day with my grandfather in New York City. Sorry. I know I wander off. Well, it's the same old thing with these, and then there's all this stuff going on here in Florida. I mean, this is already becoming. I've been talking to people who've, um, you know, they're trying to stand up to DeSantis here in the Tallahassee area, but when the book police show up, and these women, daughters of the Confederacy, whatever, go home and play with yourself and dream of the Confederacy on your own time, in your own place. Don't come and mingle in civil society with those sorts of notions. I can't believe that Republicans have sunk to this absurd notion, of actually banning books. This is going to backfire so badly on them in another, less than 2 years. And I'm glad. I hope it does. I can't believe the I can't believe the crap coming out of um, the southern part of our state. Here's these people, these Cubans down there, that are probably some of the most right wing fascists in our country, and they're down there like starting to try to take control, and they're trying to take control of this state. That's very disturbing to me. Um, I don't know how anybody else feels about them. And then this whole uh, ridiculous secession talk. Stop it. Just stop it. Stop it if you're left wing. Stop it if you're right wing. It's one of the dumbest things that I've ever heard. How could possibly that even happen? And really, you want it just to have a bloody ass revolution? Because that's what would happen. I can't leave Florida. I mean, I could sell my house here. I get really top dollar for it. It's all paid for, so I could walk out of the state of Florida with hundreds of thousands of dollars. But what do you think? You don't think there's redneck or right wing belligerents everywhere? Where am I going to go? I've already lived in Los Angeles. I've already lived in the Bay Area. I've already lived in Alabama. I've already lived in the panhandle of Florida. I've already lived in Washington, D.C. I know what it's like everywhere. The only place I could possibly want to live, I'd really like to live. I wish I was healthy enough to live out in the middle of nowhere, like in New Mexico or southern Colorado or someplace, where you have to drive 2 hours to get to a town. But I can't do that. I just can't. I have medical issues, so I have to stay fairly near civilization. But I don't want it to be like this. I want it to be, I don't care if we have differences of opinion. I'm glad differences of opinion used to be fun, used to be a topic. It was a few beers, and for me it was a few beers and some cigarettes, and having some conversation. But now it's like ridiculous pettiness. There's no conversation left anymore. It's just, you're right. I'm right. No, I'm wrong. You're wrong. No, we're all right. We're all wrong. I mean, meanwhile, the large corporations are still destroying the planet, and everybody's just going, not giving a shit, not caring, recycling some plastic and doing some shit like that is nothing. That's meaningless. Yeah. The only thing that's going to matter is for us to really, really change our ways. Another thing that I've heard is this whole, this black farmer that's up in Colorado or somewhere. What the hell happened? It's just the main news never picked it up. I got a little bit on TikTok. I don't know what happened to that poor guy. There's so much just like misery and bigotry and hate and shit going on. I mean, do you wish? I don't know. Marjorie Tinnitus Green, just going on and on and on about nothing. Well, what the hell was she saying yesterday? Oh, she was talking about, oh yeah, it's if you're a Democrat and you want to come to our red state You can't vote for the first 5 years until you prove that you're a loyal subject of our state. What the fuck is that thing talking about? You need to really, Marjorie. Is that her name, Marjorie? Isn't that the Simpsons' wife's name? I don't know. She desperately needs to go to a podiatrist. I've seen those feet. That is not normal. I'm sorry. And if there is such a thing as aliens, she is certainly one of them. All right. Well, I better shut up. Yeah. I'm anybody out there that's kind of wondering if anybody cares at all. Why I haven't been on the internet is basically because I've been finishing up. I have projects I'm doing. I'm, trying to get my old studio back together. I don't, I'm getting pretty old, so I don't know why I'm doing that other than just habit because I've been doing it for so long. But I'm getting ready to release probably my last un-AI'd album. I'm going to do that. And whichever of my friends are still alive, I got another one of my old friends. I just found out. Passed away. That's, of course, the older you get, the more of us pass away, right? Anyway, that's enough of that bullshit. It probably doesn't even make too much sense. I just felt like I had to say something about something, So, anyway, adios and buenos dias. Happy whatever. It's almost 80 degrees and it's still February and I know this is Florida, but even for Florida, this is crazy. Global temperatures in the northern hemisphere for this last year, 2022, were 2.2 degrees higher than normal on an average. On that happy note,